Good day everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to go through an easy strategy throughout the month of December 2024. We're going to do a little bit of back testing and you can go test the strategy out for yourself to see if it suits you or not. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, so the first thing we are going to look at, you will see these are the rules that we are going to follow. We're going to wait for London session to finish. We're going to wait for price to take out London high or low. Wait for retest and enter on a fair value gap. And our target is just going to be a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So just to put it into perspective of you, what we are going to look for, if this is going to be London session, you're going to leave London session for whatever it needs to do. Let's just draw a box. So this is London session. So what we are going to wait for, we are going to wait for the London highs or lows to be taken out. So what we're going to do, price is going to either come up, going to wait for the retest, and we're going to go up further, targeting a 1 or 2, or we are going to wait for price to take the lows, retest, and we're going to continue down. So there is another possibility that can happen. Some days there won't be a trading day. Some days price can actually sweep both sides, especially on a consolidation day where price does this. You enter your trade, you get taken out, and then price goes all the way down. Enter your trade, get taken out, and then price makes the full move. So this can also happen. So not every day is going to be a winning day, but let's go back test a little bit for the month of December and see where we end up. All right, everyone. So I partnered with BrightFunded. I'm currently using them as well. They're listed on Prop Firm Match. Awesome prop firm. As you can see on their website, the stats is there to show how it works. You get a evaluation phase, challenge phase, your scaling plan, trade to earn. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on trade to earn. So what that means is you can literally earn rewards while you are in your funded account and everything like that. So the more you trade, the more rewards you get. And then with those rewards, you can buy either new challenges, you can tweak your a new challenge I will show you in a bit. So as you can see, they got USD, Euro and Pound. These are the different account type sizes from 5K to 200K. Minimum trading days 5. You got unlimited trading time to finish your challenge, and fast payout 4 hours. It can either be crypto payout, bank transfers. So here's the loyalty program that I'm talking about. So as you trade, you can literally earn reward points and you can spend those reward points. They have a nice platform they use. So it's not MT5. They use their own platform, the web platform. That's easy to do. It's really nice setup for you and everything. Go try it out. So let me show you the reward program. So you'll see as you trade, you are going to get rewards. Currently, I'm going to start a $10,000 account. I'm still going to be in phase 1. I haven't traded on it yet. But as soon as you start to trade, you will see you are going to earn these points and you can spend these points on a next challenge. So the more points you have, the awesome the rewards. For example, let's say you got 30 points, you can get 10% off on your next account challenge. So the Pluto is the $5,000 account, for example. The higher you go, the more points you will need. So let's just use, for the example of this video, we just go on the small account. The more points you have, 25% off, 150% challenge fee refunded, 200%. Here you can go 50% off. If you accumulate more than enough points, you can even buy yourself a free challenge. So yes, BrightFunded, go check them out. Link is in the description. And let's get back to the video. All right, so just to put it here, you can see we're just on the 15 minute. Now, The yellow is Asia, the blue is London, and the red is New York session. So we're waiting for the London. So let's start going to the next day. So we're going to wait for London to start. As you can see here, London has started here. We're just going to wait for London to finish. All right, so here you can see we got a swept in London. We got a swept in London. Let's go to the 1 minute, 5 minute time frame. Broke out. There was no fair value gap there. As you can see, we broke through out London. There was no fair value gap formed, so it's going to be a no trading day. All right, let's go on to the next day. All right, so here we are on the next day. This is our London range. So now we're waiting for a break to the down or upside, and we're waiting for a retest, and we're going to enter on a fair value gap. There we have our breakthrough. Let's go down to the lower time frame. This is the 5 minute. Is there a fair value gap formed? There's our fair value gap. We're going to place our short trade right there. Our stops above this high. And we are going to target a 1 to 2 risk to reward trade. So let's see what happens. We got tagged in. And we have a nice, beautiful trade, 1 to 2 risk to reward. All right, so London has started. Let's wait for London to finish. There we go, London has finished. So now we're going to wait either for the high or the low of London to be swept, and we're going to enter from a market structure, from a fair value gap. There we go, we broke through the high. Let's go down to the lower time frame. This is the 5 minute. There we go, fair value gap has been created. We're going to enter, put our limit order there. Stops below this low. If you want to be safe, this is relative equal lows. So if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you can just put it maybe down here or down there. Let's be a little bit conservative and we put it right there. And we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward trade. What you can do at 1 to 1, you can put your stop loss to break even. So if the trade goes against you, you can always close in a break even instead of a losing trade. We got tagged in. Are we on a 1 to 1 yet? Not yet. There we go. We are on a 1 to 1, so now you can put your stop loss to break even, and we can target a 1 till 2. Let's see if we reach our target. There we go. Another successful trade. So let's go to the next day. All right, so London session has started. Let's wait for London to finish. There we go. London has finished. And we're straight through with the breakthrough. Let's go down to the lower time frame. There was a fair value gap formed there. It broke out on this candle. Candle was created. Fair value gap was formed. Let's put on a trade. Stops below this fractal low here. And let's target a 1 to 2 risk to reward trade. Let's see what happens. Let's just see where 1 to 1 is. There's 1 to 1. So as soon as price comes here, I'm going to put my stops to break even. There we go. Stops is at break even. So now you have a risk-free trade. And another successful trade right over there. All right, let's go to the next day. All right, so we are going to wait for London to finish. There we go. London has finished. Let's go to the lower time frame with a nice breakthrough. Is there any fair value gaps? Not yet. There's our first fair value gap formed right over there. Let's put in a trade there. Put our stop loss above these highs, and we're going to target a 1 or 2 risk to reward trade. Just mark out where the 1 to 1 is. As soon as price comes here, we're going to put our stops to break even. So let's see what happens if we get tagged in. Okay, so we haven't got tagged in yet. Is there another fair value gap? Let's have a look. There's another nice fair value gap there. Let's just delete this one. If you're going to take your trade there, stops above this high now because we broke this low. You're going to target, let's just mark our 1 to 1. There's our 1 to 1. We're going to target a 1 to 2 risk to reward trade. Let's see if we get tagged in. There we go, we got tagged in and stop loss hit. Let's see if we can take out the highs of London. There we go. Highs of London got taken out. A nice fair value gap has formed here. So for this one, I will reduce my risk because this fair value gap is quite huge. As you can see, it's 500 pips. That's a lot. So 1 to 1 would be right here. And a 1 to 2 would be right here. Let's see if we get tagged in. Got tagged in. Stops to break even. And there we hit our 1 to 2. So do you see, in a case like this, we got one losing trade and we've broke through London high, formed a nice fair value gap, reduced a little bit of risk, and we targeted 1 to 2. Trade was on break even, 1 to 1. All right, so let's go to the next day. All right, so London session has finished. Sorry about that. I accidentally fast forward a little bit too much. So let's go down to the lower time frame. Let's see if we could have gotten an entry here. So this candle broke London low. Where was the closest fair value gap? This one resting right there. Did we get tagged in? That can either be a yes or no. It all depends on the spreads. So let's say, for argument's sake, we haven't gotten tagged in here. There's another fair value gap that was created here. Let's put our trade there. Stops above this high. Just see where the 1 to 1 is. There's our 1 till 1, and then we're going to target a 1 till 2. So we got tagged into the trade. Trade is currently at break even, so we can move our stops. Let's see what happens, and we get stopped out. And there we go. So we got stopped out right there before the move started. Okay, let's go to the next day. All right, so London session has started. Let's wait for it to finish. There we go. London session has finished. We broke through. Let's go to the lower time frames. This candle broke through. There was a nice fair value gap formed right over there. There's a fair value gap form right over there. So in this case, I would rather wait for price to come to this initial fair value gap instead of the higher ones. So let's put our trade on there. This is a nice big stop again. Target a 1 till 2. There we go. So let's just mark out the break even level, 1 till 1, and then 1 till 2. All right, so let's see if we get tagged in. And price leaves us. Let's see what happens. Let's just extend it. New York session has started. Do we get tagged in? There we go. We got tagged into our trade. Now for the first time only. Let's just bring back our break-even level. Stops at break-even. And let's see. Got stopped out. Stops on break-even. All right, let's go to the next day. All right, London session has started. Let's wait for it to finish. There we go, it's going to finish. Let's go to the lower time frame. We're waiting for the breakout. There we go. This is our London high. Got breakout there. There's a nice fair value gap formed right over there. Going to enter our trade. We can put our stops below this low. Target a 1 till 1 for our break even. And then we're going to target 1 till 2. Right, so let's see what happens if we get tagged in. We got tagged in immediately to our stops. So one losing trade. Let's see if the London low gets taken out. There we have a reversal in New York session. So for me, I will just stay out of this trade. Right, London session has started. Let's see what happens. Okay, London session is about to finish. Let's go down to the 5 minute. So we're going to wait for price to take out the low or the high. There we go, it's got taken out. Is there a fair value gap formed right here? No, there's a fair value gap formed right over there though. So let's see what happens. Push up, entered our fair value gap. Let's see if we can take a trade. Put your stops above there. Let's see what's happening. It's already filled. Yes, so we're safe to say stops can be there. Target a 1-1. Just borrow this. This is going to be break even, and then we're going to target a 1-2. Let's see what happens. So we got tagged in. Okay. Trade is currently at break even. And target hit. Cool. Let's go to the next day. Alright, London session has started. Let's wait for it to finish. London session is about to finish. Let's go to the lower time frame. This is going to be our highs that needs to be taken out. This is going to be our lows that needs to be taken out. There we go. It's got taken out. So far there's this fair value gap. Let's see what the next candle does. Rejection. So we are going to wait for price to enter this fair value gap. Alright, so New York session has started. There's a nice fair value gap that was created right over there. So let's make this our entry. Put our stops recent amount because of this equal lows down here. So price might come and take out these lows and actually enter this fair value gap. So I'm going to leave this one as a buy limit. Let's just target a 1-1. There's my break even. 1-2. If price takes me out, I would like to enter my second trade here if this one is going to be a losing trade. So I would enter it there. Stops below this low. I'd like to target 1-1, put that to break even, and then target a 1-2 if price comes to this zone. Yeah. So let's see what happens. In New York session, there we go. Price entered our very first fair value gap. The one that was here, price entered it. Let's quickly see. Okay, we got taken out right over here. So this is a losing trade. Look, losing trade. So now we're going to wait for price to enter this one right over here. Let's see what happens. Alright, so what happened? We got taken out. Then price made the full move, entered our fair value gap, but our stop loss was too tight a little bit. It was below these lows. So in a case like this, if you want to reduce your risk, you can always bring your stops below this low, and then you can target a higher value. So it all comes down to your own risk appetite. I'm going to do one more example and then you can go back test it. So let's just see what price does here. Price is coming down. And there we go, price entered and smashed through our stop loss there as well. London low is our next one. Let's see if London low is getting tagged out. Yes, there we go. Where's a fair value gap? Right over there. Let's see if we get tagged in. There's a fair value gap started here as well. Let's see what happens. And there you go. This was a losing day. Literally every trade went against us. All right, let's do one more example and then we are going to call this a wrap. Okay, so let's wait for London to finish. There we go. London is going to finish now. Let's mark out the highs. Let's mark out the lows. And let's see what price does. Let's go to the lower time frame. There, we broke out. There was a nice fair value gap resting here. Let's put our trade there. Stops below this one. Let's target our 1 till 1. Break even, and then 1 till 2. Right, so let's see if we get tagged in. There we go, we got tagged in. Stops to break even. And now we're going to target the rest. And there we go. 1 till 2 risk to reward trade. So yeah, really easy, simple strategy. Go back test it a little bit by yourself. See if it works for you and let me know if the comments. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video. Please go like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next video.